Am I recording? Oh, I think I'm already recording. Yo guys, okay, so it's 42 degrees blazing outside. The sun is glaring down on my phone. I'm looking at my phone, the Nemo app on the phone, and the glare on the screen is, I can't tell if I was recording or not, but I guess we are recording. So check it out. I just bought the DJI Action 6 and the macro lens to go with it. And can we just take a second here to appreciate and admire how badass that macro lens looks on the DJI Action 6? It's badass. Yeah, so it's official, guys. I am officially obsessed with wanting to own every single product in the DJI Action camera ecosystem. So of course I had to go out and buy the macro lens. And so yeah, I wanted to get out today and actually film this video and find the best spot that we can actually film this video to test the difference with and without the macro lens. So I thought, you know, we should get outside and get into the action, because this is the Action 6. And like I said, you know, I am obsessed with wanting to own everything in the DJI Action camera ecosystem, and I pretty much own every up-to-date camera in the DJI Action camera ecosystem. I've got the DJI Pocket 3, I've got now the Action 6, and I also have the Osmo 360, right? So for me, the Action 6, and maybe for you if you're thinking about purchasing, if you should buy the Pocket 3, maybe the upcoming Pocket 4, the Action 6, or the Osmo 360, for me personally, the reason why I need the Action 6 is for when I go to the beach and I want to get it wet. However, with the macro lens, you can't actually get the macro lens in water. So the macro lens is not waterproof, but that's why I have the Action 6. And you know, just having that obsession with wanting to own everything in the DJI ecosystem, I had to pick up the 6. And again, can we just take a second to admire how badass the camera looks with that macro lens? But yeah, we are filming with the macro lens right now, and so it's got a manual focus on it. If I look here on my Nemo app on my phone, and we use the manual focus, so that this goes in and out just like so. And so with the macro lens right here, this is supposed to give us some field of depth, like that blurry background. However, with the Action 6, as the Action 6 compared to the DJI Pocket 3, you don't actually have the product autofocus placement, where like if I were to put a object right in front of the camera, it would just autofocus and like really give you that really depth of field in the background and just like focus on the product. The Action 6 doesn't actually have that, but the Action 6 is not really a vlogging camera. Well, it is a vlogging camera, but I mean, if you really wanted the ultimate vlogging camera, you're gonna pick up the DJI Pocket 3, right? But of course, now that we have the macro lens, then you know, it really makes vlogging on the Action 6 a whole lot better. Plus, you can shoot 8K footage, and you've got a 1/1.1 CMOS sensor in this Action 6 now. So let's see what this looks like. Well, you guys are looking at this with the macro lens. We are filming with the macro lens. So I'm gonna go ahead right now. I'm gonna switch this out, and we'll put the regular lens on, and let's see if you guys can make a difference. So I'm not sure if you can actually get that writing in the background or over on the hotel or not, and on the buildings over here, but let's switch it out. Okay, so I've got the lenses switched out now, and this is with the standard DJI lens on here. So yeah, so looking at the Nemo app on my phone right now, I can already tell that I can actually read the writing on that building right there. It's, what does it say? It says Pier something, and I know that one says Marketplace over there on that side, if I get my head out of the way. So yeah, I think you can tell the difference. There is some depth of field with the macro lens attached. What do you guys think? And that's the macro lens. So you guys be the judge, because to be honest, it's blazing 42 degrees out right now, and the glare, the sun glare on my screen is making it very difficult to look. So I'm not going to be able to actually see the difference till I take the footage off the camera and put it on my desktop when I get home. But you guys be the judge. What do you think? We'll switch it back, or I'll switch it back over to the macro lens so you can see right now, and this is what it looks like with the macro lens, and we'll go back to regular lens right here. What do you guys think? If I get my head out of the way, we just focus on the background. All right, let's put the macro lens back on. Okay, so now I've got the macro lens mounted back onto the Action 6. And the biggest question is, do we really need a macro lens on an action camera? Well, do we really need anything nowadays? I think it just looks super cool. But to be honest, if you're on a budget and you're thinking whether or not you need it or not, you just got to think about what you're going to be using the camera for. It's an action camera, right? And that's why I wanted to come outdoors and film this video today rather than just staying in the studio, and come outdoors because it's the action cam, right? You can't actually get this macro lens wet, so having it on the camera when you've got it strapped to your bike or a snowboard or a jet ski or something, and you're cruising down the river or cruising down a mountain, you probably don't want to keep the macro lens on, and it doesn't really make sense to have it on while you're actually like in motion running. And so it's all about just vlogging with this camera. However, the Action 6 is a beast of a camera with this new 1.1/1.1 CMOS sensor and capable of shooting 8K footage. So having the macro lens is a big deal if in fact this is going to be your camera of choice that you're going to use for everyday shooting. What I love about this macro lens is that it comes with this very convenient and easily pocketable case for the macro lens. The only thing is I want to try to find a case for the original lens, because I feel like when I like shake it around or it's in my pocket, the original lens doesn't actually fit in the case, so it's kind of shaking around in there. But you just take the macro lens off and put the original case if you got it in your pocket and you're walking with it. But that's it, you guys be the judge right there. The macro lens is on. I'll step out of focus so you guys can just look at the background right there. And yeah, well, I'll switch back and forth right now. So this right here is with the macro lens, and this right here is without the macro lens. What do you guys think? Anyways, if this video was helpful for you guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. It would really help boost the algorithm, get YouTube to pump this video out to more people so I can get my subscribers up. And I'm gonna cut this video here because it is blazing out right now. Thailand, Bangkok weather, 42 degrees out, and that sun is just beaming. I probably put on a shade of tan already just being out here for like the past 10 minutes. But anyways, catch you guys in the next one.